All right, boys and girls, so this is your warm-up. You're going to go ahead and complete these two problems. Both of these problems are percent application. So you're going to use your formula part over whole equals percent over 100, or is over of equals percent over 100. Okay, so you're going to use either one of those formulas. So just read your problems and do your work. Okay, remember, you only have 5 minutes to after the bell to complete those two problems. So hopefully you got started as soon as you came into class. Okay, so this is your markup and markdown, day 2. So Friday we did mark up. Today we are working on markdown. These are our objectives. Okay, so our SE stayed the same. Our LO is what changed. And it says you're going to speak to explain how to solve markup and markdown problems using sentence stems. And you're going to compare and contrast the two. Okay.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to look at markup and markdown, which is a type of percent application. We see a quick definition here that says a markup is one kind of percent increase. The retail price is the total price including the markup. Okay, so we're going to jump right into some examples here. Example 1 reads, to make a profit. Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to look at markup and markdown.
Okay, so the video is off. I don't know why it's doing that. So I'm just going to solve them, fill them out for you, and we'll solve the problem together. So it says a markdown, because today we're talking about markdown, not markup. So today is markdown. Okay, so this, we're not going to work with this problem. We're going to work with over here on the side. Or discount is an example of a percent decrease. A price after a markdown may be called a sale price. So then we have our example 1. It says a discount store marks down all of its holiday merchandise by 20%, okay, off the regular selling price. Find the discounted price of the decorations that regularly sell for $16. So they regularly sell for $16, and we're looking for the discounted price. Okay, so we're looking for. So then down here, we're going to go ahead and fill in our blanks again. So the markdown or discount is how much off this original price you will subtract. I don't know why this blank is here. It should not be there, so don't worry about it. So you will subtract this amount from the original price to get this sale price. Oh, I know what goes there. So this is subtract. How much of the original, how much of the original price is reduced? And you will subtract this amount from the original price to get the sale price. Okay, so markdown, reduced, percent decrease, those are all keywords for markdown. Okay, so
Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to look at markup and markdown, which is a type of.
So we're going to go ahead and continue.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to look at mark.
Okay, our second part. So step 1 says to set up the proportion. So we are going to go back to our previous slide, and we're going to look at this example. So to set up our proportion. I'm going to set it up here. And the first thing we have is 20%. So 20%, we know that that's going to go over what? 100 is correct because percent always goes over 100. And then we have the discounted price. So is that the change or the original? Sorry, is the discounted price the part or the whole? Okay, well, the discounted price is the part because that's not, if it's discounted, it's not going to be the whole cost, right? And then they regularly sell, that's the original, so that's going to go at the bottom, okay? Or that's the whole, so that's the entire price of the thing. So now we're going to go ahead and cross multiply and divide in order to solve our proportions. I'm going to go ahead and go over to the next slide.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to look at markup and markdown, which is a type of percent application. We see a quick definition here that says a markup is one kind of percent increase that
Okay. So like I said, don't worry about that. So we set up our proportion and we had x over 16 equals 25 over 100, right? Because we had, oh, sorry, 20, not 25. So x over 16, 20 over 100.
Hello ladies.
Oh, I hate that it does that. So this should be 20, not 25. So x over 16 equals 20 over 100. So now it says to solve the proportion by cross multiplying and dividing. So I'm going to write it in another color. So we have x over 16 equals 20 over 100. So now we're going to cross multiply and divide. So we know x times 100 is 100x. And then 16 times 20. So we're going to do 16 times 20. So 6 times 0 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. Well, I'm just going to put my placeholder here for my zeros. Now I'm going to multiply times 2. 2 times 6, 12. Put your 2, carry your 1. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So this is 320. So now we're going to go ahead and divide, right? Because it says cross multiply and divide. So we're going to divide by 100. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. So x equals, remember when we're dividing by 100, that's as easy as moving our decimal in 2 times. So our answer is 3.20. So that means our markdown is $3.20. So the markdown amount is $3.20. You need to subtract this from the original price to find the sale price. So that means we're going to subtract $3.20 from 16. And that's going to give you your sale price. So we're going to do $16 minus $3.20. Subtract. I cannot, well, 0 minus 0 is 0. I cannot take 2 from 0, so I have to borrow. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 5 minus 3 is 2, and then bring down your 1. So step 3 is going to be to subtract the markdown amount from the original price to get the sale price. So the markdown amount was $3.20. The sale price is $12.80. Oops, I skipped the original price. The original price was $16. So the sale price for the decorations is $12. Oops. and 80 cents. All right, so hopefully you have all that. If you don't, pause the video, finish copying it, and then move on to the next slide. Okay, so what are some keywords for markdown? So we said some of the keywords for markdown were sale price, percent decrease, reduce, I don't know, percent off, right? Maybe even discount, right? Those are all keywords. And like this keyword and this keyword and this keyword were all on the note slides. So 2 slides back, you saw all those words. So all those are our keywords. Okay, and then we added like reduce and percent off. Okay, so this is our first we do problem. So we're gonna go ahead and read the problem and text code. It says Brianna bought taco meat last week for $3.50 per pound. So $3.50 per pound. This week, the price was decreased by 20%. How much will Brianna pay for the 3 pounds of taco meat? So if it was decreased by 20%, is this a markup or markdown? Yes, this is a markdown because we have our keyword decreased. And we didn't add that to our keywords. You can go back and add it. That would be great. So we're going to go ahead and set up our proportion first. So we have 350. Is that our part or our whole? 350 is our whole. Yeah, that's correct, because that's the cost per pound. So it's 3.50. And then we have 20%. So 20% goes where? On top or bottom? On top is correct. And then what's going to go under it? That's correct. 100, because it is our percent. So now we have our x here. So we're going to cross multiply and divide. So x times 100 is 100x. And then 3.50 times 20. Go ahead and multiply that on your paper. So I'm going to make it easy for you. There you have a 0 here. So just put a placeholder. And now you're going to do 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5. What do you get there? So finish it off. So 2 times 5 is 10. You're going to put your 0, carry your 1. 2 times 3. That's correct. 6 plus 1, and then that's 7. So you're done. But remember, you have your decimal right here. So that means you have to go ahead and bring it straight down. So it is 70 essentially. So now what are we doing? What's our next step? So if you need to go back and look at your step 2 on your steps on your note slides, that would be perfectly fine. Let's see what we already did. We already did part of step 2, so see what part we did and what we need to do. Yes, if you said we already cross multiplied and now we need to divide, you are correct. So we're going to divide, and what are we dividing by? Are we dividing by 70 or 100? Yes, 100 is correct. Remember, you always divide by the number that's attached to your variable. And so 100 is attached to our variable, which is our letter. So 100x divided by 100 gives you x. And then 70 divided by 100. So 70 divided by 100. So 100 goes into 70 0 times. So we're going to erase that 0, but we're going to add a decimal. Bring our decimal up, and we have to add a 0. So 100 goes into 700 how many times? 7 times. That is 0. Okay? And then you can add your 0 here. So this is 0.70. So is she going to pay 70 cents for the 3 pounds of meat? No, that is our markdown. So now that we have our markdown, we have to subtract that. So we're going to subtract that from the original cost per pound. So you're going to do 3.50 minus 0.70, because remember, you have to line up your decimals. So go ahead and subtract that. See what you get. Don't forget, you have to borrow, because you can't do 5 minus 7. So now you have 15 minus 7. What's 15 minus 7? 8 is correct. Bring down your decimal, and then bring down your 2, because you have nothing you're subtracting it from. So it is 280. All right, is that how much she's paying for 3 pounds? No. 280 is per pound. But she's going to buy 3 pounds. So what do we need to do if she's buying 3 pounds and 1 pound is 280? That's right. You need to multiply. So you're going to take 2.80 times 3, and that is going to give you your answer. I am not multiplying that for you. You can finish that off. All right. So let's go ahead and go to our we do. If you need to pause it to finish this up, that is perfectly fine. You do need to have an answer for that on your notes. That's one thing I'll check for when I come back. All right. So this is your you do. You're doing this on your own. So I'm going to kind of help you set it up, and then you're off on your own. It says Alyssa wants to buy jeans for $50. When she went to the store, she found that the price was marked down by 30%. So marked down. How much does a pair of jeans cost? Okay, so we have to find our markdown price. So of course you're gonna follow those same steps. So the first step was to set up our proportion. So let's go ahead and set up our proportion. And so I'm gonna start with my percent because we know that percent, which is 30, always goes over what? 100. That is correct. So now I am going to do my 50. So is the 50 the part or the whole? If you said the part, think about it. Remember, if the jeans cost $50, is that just part of the cost of the jeans or the whole cost of the jeans? Right, it's the whole cost of the jeans. So you should it should be, oops. Sorry guys. It should be the whole, so it should be at the bottom. You are looking for the part or the discount amount. So now you're going to cross multiply and divide. So now you're going to finish up step 2, which is solve the proportion. And remember that you do cross multiply. And divide. And then you're going to do step 3, which is subtract. And remember, you're going to subtract the original minus the markdown. And that'll give you your answer. So you're going to finish that up. I've finished writing the steps for you so you know what you're doing. Okay? Go ahead and pause your video so you can finish this. Then you will respond to this. You can, if your partner next to you is on the same slide, y'all can talk about it. If not, just answer it on your notes. You should, I believe you have somewhere to answer it on your notes. Let me double check before I tell you. Okay, you do not have somewhere to answer it on your notes. So go to the front and answer it at the bottom part of the front of your notes, because you should already be on the back with the you do. Okay, so you're going to work on your independent practice. If the sub has not given it to you, go ahead and raise your hand and ask for the independent practice. The independent practice has 8 problems. You are responsible for at least 4 of them. Okay, I'm thinking time-wise, hopefully you got 2. You should have been able to get 2 independent practice and complete 4. At the end of class, you will glue your notes into your notebook and turn in your independent practice into the drawer with your labeled period. If you are in 5th period, I'm gonna put a sticky note on y'all's drawer because I didn't label it like I did the other ones. Okay, so remember, make sure you do that. And if you have time, you have your exit ticket on your notes. Make sure you answer that. Make sure you're answering in complete sentences. When it says what is the percent markup, I need a complete sentence for that. So you're going to tell me the percent markup for the pair of Jordan. Fours is or the markup for the percent markup for the Cactus Jacks is, and then tell me. Okay, so make sure you are writing in complete sentences. Remember, capital letter, punctuation at the end. All right, so please be on your best behavior for the sub. Don't give her a hard time and do your work.